Sometimes the most dangerous signs aren't loud. They're quiet, subtle, hidden in plain sight, and if you're not paying attention, you'll miss them. Because when a woman is preparing to leave for another man, her behavior shifts in ways she can't fully control. It's the nervous energy, the guilty habits, the unconscious details that reveal everything she's trying to hide. Before we begin, did you know that only a small percentage of people watching this video are subscribed? If you enjoy this kind of content and want to learn more about relationships, consider subscribing. It helps us keep making informative videos like this for you. So here are 12 powerful warning signs that she isn't just going out. 1. She suddenly tidies up the house unnaturally. If she normally doesn't care much about cleaning, but suddenly starts fixing things right before heading out. That's not random. It's not about dust on the counter. It's about guilt. A woman who knows she's about to betray you may try to balance it out with small gestures. She wants to leave behind a false sense of order, almost like a peace offering. Pay close attention to this sudden, unnatural effort, because it's not kindness. It's her conscience trying to clear itself. 2. She becomes overly cheerful or distant. Extreme mood swings before leaving are not accidents. If she's unusually bubbly, laughing too loud, or acting sweeter than usual, it's often her way of masking guilt with fake energy. On the other hand, if she suddenly withdraws, seems cold, or acts like she's mentally somewhere else, that distance is equally telling. Either way, her mood isn't natural. It's a sign she's distracted by someone else. And deep down you can sense it's not about you. 3. She stares at the mirror more than usual. Every woman checks the mirror. But what you need to notice is the difference in behavior. If she lingers, touches up the same spot again and again, or keeps adjusting her clothes, it's not casual, it's obsession. She's not trying to look good for herself or even for you. She's making sure another man will approve. This over-focus on her appearance right before leaving is one of the clearest signals she's dressing with someone specific in mind, or she leaves personal items behind. Watch closely at what she takes with her and what she doesn't. If she goes shopping, she'll carry a bag, a list, or a few extras. But if she slips out with only her phone, keys, and maybe her wallet, it's not just convenience. It's strategy. The lighter she travels, the fewer explanations she has to give later. She doesn't want you asking, "Why do you have that?" or noticing things that don't add up. This small detail says more than she realizes. 5. She avoids eye contact before leaving. When someone feels guilty, it shows in their eyes. If she can't look at you directly, keeps glancing down, or pretends to be busy with little tasks, that's not shyness, it's avoidance. Eye contact is hard to maintain when you're hiding something big. She fears that if she looks you straight in the eye, you'll see the truth she's carrying, that guilt weighs heavy. And her silence often speaks louder than her words. 6. She silences or hides her phone. A phone is the most dangerous object for someone trying to cheat. If she sets it face down, switches it to silent, or keeps it out of your view, it's not just habit, it's protection. She knows one notification could expose everything. It's not that she doesn't want to be disturbed. It's that she doesn't want you to see who's really waiting for her. The phone becomes a secret she can't afford to slip. 7. She times her exit carefully. Think about when she chooses to leave. If it always happens when you're distracted, in the shower or half asleep, That's not coincidence, that's calculation. She's waiting for the exact moment. You're least likely to ask questions. A normal trip out wouldn't need so much planning. But sneaking to see someone else does. The timing itself becomes a clue of where her real priorities are. 8. She keeps checking or deleting messages. A quick glance at her phone is normal. But if she's scrolling too fast, closing apps quickly, or even deleting messages right in front of you, that's not casual, that's fear. She doesn't want you stumbling on the truth, even by accident. The way she guards her digital life tells you everything, because if she had nothing to hide, she wouldn't need to erase her own tracks. 9. She changes outfits repeatedly. One outfit swap is normal, but when she goes through 3 or 4 before settling, it's not about comfort, it's about perfection. She's not dressing to pick up groceries or handle errands. She's dressing for someone's attention. That indecision comes from wanting to make the right impression. And the fact that she's so concerned with her look shows she's preparing for something more than an ordinary outing. 10. She avoids giving clear details. Pay attention to her words. If she says vague things like, "just out with a friend," or "I'll be back later," that's deliberate. She's not giving you clarity. Because clarity would leave her open to being caught. The vagueness is a shield, letting her adjust her story later if she needs to. A woman with nothing to hide won't fear being specific. A woman with secrets will keep everything as blurry as possible. 11. She checks the time too often. Checking the time once or twice is normal. But if she keeps looking fidgeting and showing signs of nervousness, she's not worried about being late to run errands. She's worried about being late for someone else. It's not your schedule she's on. It's his. That constant anxiety about timing shows that someone else is waiting for her, and she knows she can't afford to keep him waiting. 12. She does a last-minute final touch right before stepping out. She fixes her hair, touches up her makeup, or sprays perfume. That's not for strangers at the store. That's for the man she's about to see. It's the last move before the lie begins. And while she thinks it's small enough to go unnoticed, those final touches are often the loudest signs. She's not leaving for innocent reasons. 13. She suddenly carries cash instead of using cards as she used to. Here's another brutal red flag most men miss. She suddenly switches to carrying cash instead of using her card. Now, why does this matter? Because cards leave a paper trail. Every swipe, every purchase, every location gets recorded. But cash disappears. It can't be traced, and that's exactly why a cheating woman uses it. She doesn't want you looking at her bank statement and asking why she bought dinner or drinks somewhere she never told you about. So if she used to rely on her card for everything, but now she's always carrying folded bills in her pocket or purse. That's not just a new habit. That's her way of making sure you never see the truth about where she's been, or worse, who she's been with, and think about it. Nobody suddenly changes how they spend money for no reason. If she's ditching cards for cash, it's not random, it's strategy. It's secrecy. Here's the hard truth. One of these signs on its own might not prove anything, but when you see 3, 4, or 5 lining up back to back, it's no longer coincidence. It's a pattern, and patterns don't lie. Because when a woman is preparing to leave you, she'll do everything to hide it. But her habits, her timing, her small choices will always give her away. So the real question is, will you notice the signs before she walks out that door? And into another man's thank you for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to check our store for amazing t-shirts.